New incoming Muslim refugees have sickening thank you gift for liberals who invited them over. When you live in Canada and your local government opens the borders to 1,000 plus potential rapists and criminals also known as refugees, then get bricks and rocks thrown at you for being so inviting. That's life in Ontario as Canadians scramble for cover after being attacked by scumbag refugees who prove once again that they're incapable of living anywhere civilized and deserve to be shipped back to their natural habitat like the animals they are. Canada does no wrong. They play hockey, drink beer, and wear flannel. Canada is the last place on earth that should be inviting these degenerate people who ruin every town they go to. Sweden, France, Germany, and now Ontario have been smashed with refugee crime because these immigrants are literally the bottom of the human barrel. It cracks me up that these a-holes come to our lovely North America and fight with people. If they're so tough, then why don't they fight the people who are forcing them out of their own land? Throw rocks and bricks at the people you're running from instead of bringing your nasty self over to our countries. At what point do civilized countries stop helping uncivilized Syrians and start looking out for the goodwill of their own citizens instead? North America has enough problems and criminals and we don't need to invite any more to our motherland. Forget Syria. Let them clear house and turn it into a dumpster. When everyone there withers away, then we'll go in and clean it up. Until then, screw Syria. If anything, grab the women and young children and leave their dirtbag men behind. Over 1,000 Syrian refugees were welcomed into Hamilton, Ontario. However, 1 year after the newcomers arrived, local attitudes are shifting. In one Hamilton neighborhood 12 months ago, neighbors gathered bicycles and patio furniture for the newly arrived refugees. They even bought soil to help the Syrians plant a vegetable garden. I bet they regret that. Imagine being homeless in Ontario and watching refugees get golden treatment like they're royalty. Imagine that for just a minute and remember who we should be helping instead. But today, relations in the community are anything but neighborly. Complaints about boundary issues, violations of private property, unsupervised Syrian children intimidating the Canadian kids and causing adults to fear for their safety. I take back my statement about allowing Syrian women and children into USA and Canada. Leave them behind too. What was I thinking? We have enough spoiled idiot children in North America. They're between 18 and 22 and they're called liberal college students. We have enough unsupervised idiots and we don't need any more. Keep those Syrian kids out of here. This week, one incident occasioned the presence of police. A witness, Andrea, who reached out to the rebel, rushed out of her house after hearing a commotion outside. What she found was a frightful standoff involving one of the Syrian families from down the alleyway hurling rocks and bricks at her Canadian neighbors, with kids in the crossfire. What a lovely family of rock throwers you've raised in your free housing in another country. I'm so proud of Syria for producing such educated, well-behaved peons. Sounds like this could be an isolated incident, so if it is, then maybe I'll retract another statement. Maybe we allow people to come to our countries and then ship them out after the first incident. If a plane ride back to Syria isn't enough to scare you into good behavior, then your bad self needs to go. Then again, I would rather see every homeless North American taken care of before we help those outside of our borders. We need to help our own and get our civilians on their feet. If they're all taken care of, then we can start taking care of everyone else. Here's a brilliant idea: teach our homeless people to care for the people we bring in. Give them a job taking care of others and now we solve two problems at once. If anyone acts up, then ship them to Syria and let the people there deal with them. I bet they won't act up if the punishment is a one-way trip to Syria, that's for sure.